Vicki Emig with the RUSH Series, the RUSH Racing Series here with us right now. We're wrapping things up on a Saturday. Had the Jeremy Wonderling car in there, and a lot of people, when they think of the RUSH Series, they think about late models, but it is a lot more than that. Vicki, how have you been?
Great. Everything's been wonderful. We just completed another good year and already delved into getting prepared for next year.
And I would imagine that this show here, this is your people, right? You probably ran into a lot of folks that run with the series and who might be thinking about it down the road.
Absolutely. I mean, this has been a good show for me for many, many years as we evolved into what we are today. And I think just about every track in the state of New York that runs some type of a late model program is running under the RUSH banner. So yes, it's always been good for me to get up here and see my racers. See a lot of my major sponsors are here. So absolutely, I mean, I enjoy being here.
I talked to Demetrius Drelos last week. He mentioned that the late models are coming to Glen Ridge, and these are going to actually be RUSH late models.
Absolutely. We're very excited about the fact that Glen Ridge is kind of sticking their neck out there in eastern New York to start to build a Chevrolet Performance late model series out there under the RUSH sanction. And I really think that they're going to have a nice little base of cars to get going with, and something that hopefully we can build into with them. It's been amazing here how many people have stopped at this table and talked about the cars coming to Glen Ridge. Racers that are currently racing in other divisions that are really looking at this seriously.
Yeah, because when we look at late models and we go geographically, Central New York is not really an area that we think of. Can it come north and maybe even a little bit east from here, do you believe?
We're going to find out in a hurry.
and
I think that, you know, I look for them. I mean, if they can get 10, 12 cars on a weekly basis to introduce the class, I think it has potential, yes.
And then, of course, that leads to the traveling series, too, because that's the natural progression. Start at a home track and then hit some others.
Well, I can assure you that we have pretty much confirmed a touring date at Glen Ridge next year.
Nice.
A pretty major event on our schedule. So I think that, too, is going to be something when I bring that series in there, as we do everywhere else, and showcase some of the best great late model racers in the country. It's awesome. And they have committed to a major touring event.
Good.
So we're actually looking for a track to back into them on a Friday or a Saturday night, because I try to take my guys where it's back to back, or so it's making it easy.
Sure.
And regardless, though, we will be coming to Glen Ridge with a RUSH Late Model Touring Show, which that will be the richest touring series championship program in the history of our series. We've raised out to $20,000 to win. It will be a total of over $73,000 available for these guys just in our touring.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Have you been to Glen Ridge?
I never have.
Okay. It's a quarter mile.
It's tight.
Yeah, and it's fast.
Yes.
One of the fastest quarter miles around. So you and your people will be there for that race, and I'll try to make it there too, so I can see you.
We've been on some. I mean, we go from the bull rings at Bradford to the Monster Half Mile Pittsburgh, and these guys adapt quickly and put on a great show. And
of course, when we think of RUSH, at least me anyway, I always thought late models, but it is a lot more than that.
It certainly is. I mean, we run 5 divisions under our RUSH banner. Obviously, our late models are our heart, and that's what I started with. But we do run the RUSH Wingless 602 Sprints, the Sportsman Modifieds like you guys are used to, a Pro Mod, E-Mod type deal, you know, and of course my stock cars. So all of them featuring the Chevrolet Performance crate engines. And I call it, it's plug and play across the board, you know, and 28 different tracks utilizing our program in some respect now. So, you know, it's going well.
And I would imagine to be here in Syracuse, it's kind of a little off the edge of where you guys go, but that probably works on a big level because now the people around here can see, oh man, I can race my Sportsman with you guys. I would imagine it's the perfect thing to grow your series.
There's some different, I mean, I respect other series boundaries as they respect mine, but it isn't that a car that's maybe up here would want to come down in a Sportsman Modified and run. There's a few slight changes, but they could adapt and come. So I don't, you know, I respect everybody, we respect each other, and but yes, the cars, they can kind of mix and match if they'd ever want to come in.
And in case you're wondering, maybe you never met Vicki before. I've seen her and her crew, and I've known you now for a couple of years, but you didn't come this late. You grew up around racing, didn't you?
Yeah, my dad, I always said, taught me 2 things, how to haul garbage and love racing, because he was in the garbage business.
Okay.
And I grew up in that, and but come the weekends on race nights, he'd wrap me up when I was just a baby and say, oh, my mom, who didn't like racing, get her ready, we're going to the races. And he never left me home. We We owned a car for 40 years. I missed one night in 40 years. Ran Mercer Raceway for 11 years, and this is now my 17th year of watching over the RUSH Racing Series.
How can we find out more online? What's the website?
www.rushracingseries.com, and of course all of our divisions have RUSH Facebook pages you can follow.
Good.
So yeah, we're glad to be here. Excited to see some of the expansion, and again, enjoy just being at the show.
Always nice to see you, Vicki. Good luck with everything. I'm sure I'll cross paths with you this summer.
Yes.
Again, make sure to look them up online, look up the various Facebook pages, and again, great to see you, and I hope everything goes well down the road.
Thank